What's good, YouTube? It's your boy P Money. Blazers get a 117-112 hard-fought victory over the Detroit Pistons. Let's go over all the team stats. For the Pistons, they shoot 42 out of 84 for 50% from the field. They go 14 of 34 for 41% from three-point land. They go 14 of 14 flawlessly at the free throw line. Of their 42 made baskets, they get 24 assists. They pull down 29 boards, 6 of those offensive. They get 9 steals, 3 blocks, and only have 7 turnovers. For the Blazers, they shoot 43 of 79 for 54% from the field. They go 11 of 26 for 42% from three-point land. They get 20 out of 27 for 74% of the free throw line. Of their 43 made baskets, they get 22 assists. They pull down 42 boards. They grab 11 of those offensive, 4 steals, 4 blocks, and they have 12 turnovers. For the individual stats for the Pistons, Big Blake Griffin has an excellent game. He goes for 27 points on 10 of 18 shooting. He goes 3 of 8 from 3 and 4 of 4 from the foul line. He finished up with a +1. He pulled down 3 rebounds, had 6 assists to only 2 turnovers, and got himself a steal. So, excellent game, especially offensively from Blake Griffin. Reggie Jackson, he tries his best. He goes for 24 points on 9 of 16 shooting. He goes 4 of 8 from 3, 2 of 2 from the foul line. He finished up with a -5. He pulled down 2 rebounds, dished out an assist, had 2 turnovers, and a steal. So, excellent game as well offensively from Reggie Jackson. Andre Drummond, big man, goes for 19 on 6 of 11 shooting. He goes a perfect 7 of 7 from the free throw line. He goes +4. He pulled down 4 offensive rebounds, had 11 total, got himself an assist, had a steal and a block. So excellent game from Andre Drummond. Wayne Ellington, he finished up with 5 points on 2 of 5 shooting. He goes 0 of 3 from 3. Finished up 1 of 1 from the foul line. He got himself a -5. Pulled down a rebound, had 3 assists, and got himself a steal. For the starting 5, Brown Jr., young rookie, he ended up not taking any shots. Finished up with a -1. He pulled down an offensive rebound, had 3 assists, and got himself a steal. Excuse me. Luke Kennard, he finished up off the bench with 13 points on 6 of 11 shooting. He goes 1 of 2 from 3. Finished up with a 0. He pulled down 3 rebounds, dished out 5 assists, had a turnover. E. Smith finished up with 9 points on 4 of 9 shooting. He goes 1 of 2 from 3. Finishes up with a 0. He pulled down 3 rebounds, dished out 4 assists, had 2 turnovers, and got 2 steals. Langston Galloway finished up with 9 points on 3 of 10 shooting. He goes 3 of 8 from 3. He got a -4. He pulled down an offensive rebound, had 2 total, got himself a steal and a block. Thon Maker finished up with 6 points on 2 of 3 shooting. He goes 2 of 3 from 3. He got a -7. He pulled down 2 rebounds, got a steal and a block. Oh no, I'm sorry, just a block. And then Zaza Pachulia finishes out for the Pistons with no points. He shot 1 time. He finished with a -8. He got a rebound, an assist, and a steal. For the Blazers, Damian Lillard, he goes for 28 points on 9 of 16 shooting. He goes 6 of 10 from 3, 4 of 5 from the free throw line. He finished up with a +3. He pulled down 2 offensive rebounds, had 6 total, got himself 9 assists and 4 turnovers. So, excellent game from Dame other than the 4 turnovers. Aminu, he finished up with 22 on 8 of 13 shooting. He goes 2 of 5 from 3, 4 of 5 from the free throw line. He finished up with a -2. He pulled down 2 offensive rebounds, had 7 total, dished out an assist, had a turnover, and got a steal. So, huge game offensively from Al-Farouq Aminu. Big Nurkic finished up with 15 on 6 of 12 shooting. He goes 3 of 4 from 3, or I'm sorry, from the free throw line. He finished up with a +4. He pulled down 6 rebounds, dished out 3 assists, had 2 turnovers, and got 2 big blocks. Let me see. Mo Harkless. Excellent game all around. He had 10 points on 4 of 7 shooting. He goes 1 of 2 from 3, 1 of 1 from the free throw line. He got himself a 0. He pulled down 3 rebounds, dished out 4 assists, and got a steal. So excellent game from Mo Harkless. Jake Layman, he finished up with 2 points on 0 of 1 shooting. He goes 0 of 1 from 3. He finished up 2 of 4 from the foul line. Finished up with a negative, or a +1, I'm sorry, and got himself a turnover. For the bench, Seth Curry leads the way with 16 points on 5 of 9 shooting. He goes 1 of 3 from 3, 5 of 5 from the free throw line. Finished up with a +3. He pulled down an offensive rebound, had 5 total, and dished out an assist. So excellent game from Seth Curry in a larger role since CJ McCollum's been down. And each and every game he's been very huge, especially this game. He had some excellent defensive sets. One was against Langston Galloway and another was against Ish Smith. And he ended up forcing 2 turnovers. And this was down the stretch where the game was close. So general salute to Seth Curry and his defense, especially in that 4th quarter. He was big time. Enes Kanter goes for 10 points on 5 of 9 shooting. He goes for a +1. He pulled down 3 offensive rebounds, had 7 total, and got himself a steal. So excellent game from Enes Kanter as well, because he was down there with Andre Drummond and he was fighting. So excellent game. Zach Collins, huge game. He goes for 9 points on 4 of 6 shooting. He goes 1 of 3 from 3, 0 of 1 from the foul line. Got to hit that free throw. Goes for a +7. He pulled down 2 offensive rebounds, had 4 total, and got a huge block. So excellent game from Zach Collins as well. Rodney Hood, he finished up with 5 points on 2 of 6 shooting. He goes 0 of 2 from 3. He goes 1 of 2 from the foul line. Finished up with a +5. He pulled down an offensive rebound. He dished out 2 assists, had a turnover, and got a big block. Evan Turner, he finishes out for the Blazers. He doesn't take any shots, but he does go for +3. He does get 3 rebounds, dishes out 2 assists, had those 3 turnovers, and got himself a steal. So excellent game as a facilitator and grabbing them boards and getting that steal away from Luke Kennard, I believe it was, who was trying to drive to the basket. As far as game notes, Blazers used a 14-3 run in the last, I would say, about a minute 59 to get their 6th win out of the last 7 games that they played. So excellent game from the Blazers. Big Dame shines once again while his running mate CJ's out resting. He finished up with 28 points, had 9 assists, did have 6 rebounds, had a big 4-point play at the end of this game. Towards the end, I want to say there was about maybe a minute and 5 left when he hit that big 3 where Luke Kennard was trying to close out and ended up getting Dame in the process. So big, huge shot from Dame Lillard. Also, Al-Farouq Aminu, he played huge down the stretch as well, where Dame went for a layup and Aminu ended up collecting the offensive rebound and then put up a little floater that went. And there was only about 4.1 seconds left, so that put the Blazers at 5 for that win. So excellent game from Chief. That's what they call him here over in Portland. They call him Chief. So Big Nurkic also had a big block down the stretch against Andre Drummond, trying to drive for a little floater type basket, but he ended up getting that block, and that ended up not that they probably would have scored because he was playing pretty well actually. That little hook shot that he was doing, it was on. Mo Harkless had another great all-around game. 10 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists, a steal. Huge. Seth Curry, big, especially in the first half. Finished up with 16 on 5 of 9 shooting. Did get a rebound and assist, and I would credit him with 2 steals, but of course, got to get the ball. But he had those 2, forced those 2 turnovers on one on Ish Smith and one on Langston Galloway down the stretch. Enes Kanter, big time off the bench. 10.7 rebounds and a steal. And that's pretty much right at his averages as a Blazer this year. So excellent game from Enes Kanter. Big three for the Pistons. They have an excellent game. Blake Griffin, 27 points, 3 rebounds, 6 assists, and a steal. Reggie Jackson, 24 points, had 2 rebounds, an assist, and a steal, and went 4 of 8 from 3. So they were doing their thing offensively, but they just didn't really have much help other than Luke Kennard, who had 13. No one else scored in double figures. So that's a testament to the Blazers' defense, especially late in this game. Andre Drummond, 19 points, 11 rebounds, assists, and a block, and goes 7-7 from the free throw line. So, crazy night for Andre Drummond. One of the worst free throw shooters in the league. Ended up cashing them, and all of them. It was nice. When they was leaving his wrist, they all looked good. So, can't be mad at him. So, that's a good sign for him. That means he's been working. So, general salute to Andre Drummond and hitting those 7 free throws. So, for the Blazers, that's their 45th win of the season, 28th home victory. Now, against the East, the Blazers have the best record in the NBA at 21-5 this year. We did stay on pace with the Rockets, still that half-game lead over us right now, even though we do have a 2-1 record against them. So we did win the season series. So if we end up winning against the Brooklyn Nets, who was our next opponent on Monday, and oh no, the Rockets got Pelicans, so they should be able to stay that half game up against us. As far as everyone else goes, though, we are 2.5 up against OKC, Utah, and the Clippers, and 3 ahead right now of the Spurs. So right now, Denver's the number 1 seed in the league right now, after Golden State had a stinker tonight, only scoring 91 points against the Mavs, where they scored 126, and they was leaving people wide open. But they do have a game tomorrow night against these same Pistons, so I expect them to beat down the Pistons tomorrow, and I feel bad for them. Another game note for the Blazers, that's their first win of the season when they're down after the third quarter. So I know it's a weird, funny stat, but I'm sure for the Blazers' sake, it just makes them feel better that they actually have a win in that column instead of just losses. I believe that they were like 0-25 or something, some crazy number like that. And this is without CJ, so as far as he was supposed to get reevaluated today, but I didn't see anything about that. And more than likely, he'll just go ahead and miss the whole rest of the season. Right now, the way the Blazers is playing, it's probably best that he does go ahead and get ready and just rehab for now, while these guys do what they do. Like, I do look forward to the next few weeks here without him, especially against Denver. We got 2 against Denver, so I look forward to that, seeing how we play against them without CJ. So that's the next big thing coming up. Next big games for him. There's 2 of those. So if we get those, we're 4.5 behind them right now for the number 1 seed. So Blazers are sitting real pretty right now. I like what they're doing on defense, especially late in this game. The defense clamped down. Seth Curry was big. People couldn't get past him. He was fighting over screens that were trying to get set against him. He was just big time. So I like what Seth Curry's doing right now. He's playing very well, offensively and defensively. Maybe the stats don't show it all the time, but he's definitely been one of our better defenders right now, as well as Aminu. Aminu had a big steal against Blake Griffin, where he was trying to drive on him. Ended up guessing right on which way Blake Griffin was going to turn and got a steal from him. So big game from Al-Farouq Aminu as well. Other than that, I don't really have much else to say. This is your boy P Money. Make sure you guys like, comment, share, and subscribe. Shouts out to the entire LDBC. Shouts out to all my subscribers. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. And I'm off this.